Greetings, fellow Whovians. Whovian Queen here. Hope you're having a good week so far. Well, the 11th Doctor era now continues on with the Time of Angels. So, let's take a look at it. The 11th Doctor and Amy find a plea of help from Dr. River's song for the Doctor, engraved in Gallifreyan on the flight recorder of the starship Byzantium 12,000 years prior, currently housed in a museum. They travel back via the TARDIS and rescue River before her ship crashes on the planet Alpha Metraxis. On the planet's surface, the Doctor comes to realize that while this is only his second encounter with River, she has met him several times before in her own time stream. River explains that the Byzantium, crashed nearby, holds a weeping angel in its cargo. She and Father Octavian and his military's clerics help to capture it as to protect a large native population elsewhere on the planet. As the clerics set up base camp, River accesses footage of the weeping angel from the Byzantium to verify that it is secure. She and the Doctor leave to study a text written about the weeping angels, learning that even an image of a weeping angel can become a weeping angel itself. Ooh. They are unaware that Amy stayed to watch the footage, and when she blinks, the weeping angel appears to move. The Doctor helps her stop the video feed and believes Amy is safe, but she feels something in her eye. Father Octavian orders them to set out through a cave system to reach the Byzantium using a gravity globe to illuminate the cave. The Doctor and River comment on the various statues they pass, believing they are made by the planet's natives, until they recall the natives are two-headed beings and the statues are only single-headed. They conclude they must be weakened weeping angels, and that the weeping angel in Byzantium purposely crashed the ship here to rescue its kind. The weeping angels start to pursue the group. Amy finds that she cannot move, and the Doctor realizes that the image of the weeping angel still exists in her eye and is making her believe this. He bites her wrist to prove she is still mobile, and they continue to flee. The rear guard is consumed by the weeping angels, and they trap the survivors at the highest point of the cave, right underneath the hull of the Byzantium. The weeping angels tell their prey that they will use their life energy to regenerate. The Doctor says they should never have trapped him, tells the others to prepare to jump, and detonates the gravity globe. Dun dun dun! But don't worry, we'll find out what happens next time in Flesh and Stone. Anyway, let's look at a little bit of continuity here. This episode sees a return of River Song, the woman from the Doctor's future who was previously seen in Signs of the Library and Forest of the Dead. The Time of Angels takes place in her relative past, where she's a doctor, having not yet become a professor. Now let's look at the production of this episode, beginning with the writing. This episode was written by lead writer and executive producer Stephen Moffat. He designed the two-part episode as a more action-oriented sequel to Blink, an episode he had written for the third series. He compared the relationship to the film Alien and sequel Aliens, with the former being more low-key and the latter being more highly colored. Moffat thought that Aliens was the best conceived movie sequel ever and decided to use it as a model. He also intended to portray the angels and their actions differently. In Blink, they were barely surviving and resembled scavengers, while in the Time of Angels, he wanted them to have a plan that could become almost like a war. The two-part story was intended to show the worst possible instance that could occur with the weeping angels, which was the inability to see, as explored in the second part, Flesh and Stone, when Amy must keep her eyes closed. Executive producer Piers Wenger thought that the Delirium Archive, the museum the Doctor and Amy visited at the beginning of the episode, needed to be explained. Therefore, Moffat named it the final resting place of the Headless Monks and sent it to him via text message. The Headless Monks themselves appeared in the mid-series finale of the next series, A Good Man Goes to War. Moffat also brought back the character of River's Song from his fourth series episode, Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead. In the former, River asked the Doctor if he had done the crash of the Byzantium with her yet. Actress Alex Kingston did not expect the return, but stated that Moffat always intended that she would come back. Moffat was influenced by Audrey Niffinger's novel The Time Traveler's Wife, in which a woman falls in love with a man who unintentionally moves through time. Moffat used as inspiration in his episode The Girl in the Fireplace, but Alex Kingston, as well as reviewers, have compared River to the time traveler's wife. And now finally, filming and effects. The Time of Angels was the first episode of the series to be produced. The read-through for the episode took place on July 15th, 2009. Filming began on July 20th, 2009 on Southern Beach, Vale of Glamorgan, which was used as the service of Alfalfa Metraxis. Torrential rain halted filming the following day, and about 3 pages of the script were never filmed, including the scene Gillen had read for her audition. The gap was replaced by the scene of River flying the TARDIS after the Byzantium, which was filmed as a pickup. Stephen Moffat later reflected on the replacement being a lovely scene and a much better start to the show. During the CGI shot of the TARDIS flying the time vortex in that scene, an older TARDIS model from the David Tennant era was accidentally used instead of the new one. Director Adam Smith, new to Doctor Who, felt pressure making the episode be a worthy sequel to Blink, which he called a brilliant episode, but also said it was great to work with the Weeping Angels. He decided to have the interaction between the Doctor and River song resemble that of an old married couple, bickering like mom and dad arguing over directions in the car. Actress Alex Kingston stated that it was great fun on set and she enjoyed working with Matt Smith, although her relationship with Smith was different from his predecessor and her former co-star David Tennant. In the script, it was not written in that River would land on the Doctor when she flew into the TARDIS. It was an idea that Matt Smith came up with in rehearsal that proved difficult to film. In the episode, there is a moment in the viewing room where the Doctor hangs on a strap attached to the ceiling and it breaks. This was originally an accident during one of the takes, but director Adam Smith liked it and filmed it again, with Matt Smith doing it on purpose. Most of the Weeping Angels are not statue props, but young women wearing masks, costumes, and paint that took 2 to 3 hours to apply. Adam Smith called them an absolute nightmare to film with because it took a long time for them to get ready, and they had to stand still for long periods of time. Smith wished Riversong's entrance to be a shocking surprise to the audience. A stunt double was used for some shots of the scene where River flies out of the Byzantium's airlock, but Kingston wished to do some of it herself. The scene was filmed on a green screen with Kingston hooked up on wires that pulled her up and backwards as a wind machine was blown to create the effect of the airlock. Kingston said she absolutely loved filming the scene. For the scene in which sand pours out of Amy's eye as she rubs it, an eye patch containing sand that would be released when Gillen rubbed it was placed over her eye. So overall, this is a pretty darn good episode, and hey, I do love the Weeping Angels because those things are scary as hell. Anyway, tune in next time as we take a look at the conclusion of this two-parter with Flesh and Stone. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review, and if you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell icon to be notified about when I upload videos, and if you want to help support the channel, be sure to check out my Patreon page. Link, as always, is in the description below. Well, until next time, this is Soothing Queen saying, "Oh my giddy aunt! When I say run, run! I've reversed the polarity of the neutron flow. Would you like a jelly baby? Fantastic! Allons-y! Geronimo!" Bow ties are cool, fezzes are cool, and Stetsons are cool.